Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about, I'm going to talk, there's only one of me, talk about some of my favorite things, planner tools and essentials. Sit back, I hope you grab a cup of coffee or your favorite drink, water, whatever that may be, and let's get into it. So let's start off talking about writing utensils. I am a pen hoarder. I literally buy pens because if I get a hankering for a new pen, I will go purchase it. And so I started off with a few of my most notable pens that I enjoy writing with. So the first pen that I would bring up right now, and I'm going to get a notebook so uh, we can do some swatches. That is the S Gel Sharpie, and I have it in this blush pink. This is a .7, and I really love how juicy and black this pen is. It writes bold when I'm writing pretty big. This gets the job done. It's an easy pen to use for journaling. You do have to worry about smearing. I don't want to get ink all over my hands right now, but you have to allow it to dry. So that is the Sharpie S Gel. And I think they do come in .5 and .7, but this one is a .7. The next pen that I'll mention, these I bought off of I bought these off of Amazon. Let me switch out because that's one I think the spring fell out of. That's on me because I thought I took it out. This is the .5 Mr. Pen gel pen, and I think I saw this in somebody's Facebook group, and I went and purchased it. So this is the .5 millimeter Mr. Pen, and I have a couple of Mr. Pen products. You usually see Mr. Pen associated with Bible um, resources like for highlighters and things like that. But this is a really good smooth writer and it is fairly black. And it's a deep, dark, rich color. I really do like this pen. It's a small pen needle. This is the .5. So I highly recommend it. If the .7 is too big for you, definitely try to get this. Try. It has a grip so your hands won't get tired when holding the barrel. It has a clip and it's a knocker. So I do like that. The third pen, I just discovered this pen not too long ago, and it's the Uniball Signal .28. I liked it so much I bought it twice and didn't realize it. So this is the Signal RT1 and it's the .28. Show that on there. And this is for the fine writing. I mean, if you write small or if you want to write small, it'll work out. You can write bigger, but I find I can get really small with this. I think I showed this in one of my other recent videos, but it is a really tiny writer. And I was practicing writing in my grid. I think I actually have that book here in this .38 grid. You see how tiny that those are. So it's something that I'm was just interested in. Sometimes I feel like I have a lot to say on a journal page. I'll pick this up. Sometimes if I want to write neat, I'll use this pen. But it's not anything that I'm planning to like speed write because it is scratchy. Um, but it is a good writer. I enjoy it. Um, this one's becoming really popular for those small letter handwriters. Now, utensil tool I have is the monograph by Tombow, and this is a mechanical pencil that I use when I'm lining or like I just want to write something in pencil, sketching. I've been doing newspaper frontline pages in my planner and headliners. That's why I've been writing headliners. And sometimes I'll do it in pencil. Uh, first, and this is a .5 lead, and that's a good pencil. A good pencil, mechanical pencil. The sidebar clicks, and then this is eraser up here. I do have a separate eraser for this pencil, but this is a good tool. So those are some of my favorite regular gel pens. If I had to do a ballpoint pen, it would be that shuttle art pen that I reviewed over on TikTok, where you turn it. Uh, you can turn it. It's a gravity pen, so whatever that's facing you, that's the color that's going to count. But it's a 4-in-1. It's a very slim build 4-in-1, and it has a pencil. So you get red, black, blue, and a pencil. And so if I put the black facing me, um, and I click it, that's the lid. So this is the shuttle art ballpoint pen, and I think this, yes, .5, and it has all the different colors in it. I really do enjoy this if I want to write with a ballpoint pen. So those are my top 5 writing utensils outside of fountain pens, because the fountain pens are a beast on their own all by themselves. And so I'm gonna do a high level selection to share. And this is the Snoopy case that I showed a couple weeks ago or a week ago. Um, so my go-to pen now is my go-to fountain pen now is the Esterbrook, and that's because I purchased a fine nib for this pen, and ever since the purchase was made, I enjoy writing with this pen. Uh, I didn't necessarily like writing with the regular fine. I purchased a extra fine. So their extra fine is quite juicy, and it's just something you need to know about their pens. But I do find this pleasurable. This is a heavy pen, because it's all metal, and it's heavier than my coffee mustard coat. It's heavier because this is like acrylic, and this one is made from metal. So um, you have to. I can't see writing with this pen for a long time, like in one setting. I have done a journal entry with it before, um, but if your hand gets tired, it can. This will be the pen that will get you tired. Um, honorable mentions. Let's talk about it. So I have Twisbies. I have a few Twisbies. I have one more that's not in here. Both of these I have. Let's see. I have this in a. I think this is a fine. This is the fine, and it's empty at the moment. And then I have the cream and rose gold in extra fine. Oh, I need to clean this. I'm terrible. I need to clean this pen. Okay, let me see. Yeah, this is reliable. Some people suggest that you start off with a Twisby if you can swing the $50 or whatever price that you can get. They suggest that pen. I buy what I like usually, and I don't let that. It really doesn't impact me one way or the other. I like the colors and stuff. I have seen some of the newer colors, but at this moment, I'm just not purchasing any more Twisbies right now. Now, not to say that you're gonna see me come and with another Twisby in the future. So, uh, two other pens. I have the Coeco Sport that I enjoy because this is very lightweight. It's a pocket pen. Uh, this one I don't use this much because I haven't switched over to the black ink yet. This is the blue ink that came with the pen, but I like how light it is, and it writes really. It's really like um, easy to hold. and I purchased this clip. This is one of my purchases from Little Craft Fest. I do enjoy that. And one other pen that I like, and I don't have the one I want inked up. This is the Fountain Revolution, Fountain Pen Revolution Flex Nib that they carry. I love writing with that when I'm trying to write fancy. And so, yeah, that's the pens. I do have a couple Kuwait Kakunos. I have a clear, and then I have the purple and white. These are good pens as well. That's only if you want to go down the fountain pen uh, lane, and that's why it would go. I would need to go way more detail. And honestly, I'm not your resident fountain pen guru, so don't rely on me. I just purchase, like I said, I purchase what I like. So now we have the pens and we have the fountain pens. The pens and the fountain pens covered. Now let's go into highlighters, okay, and markers. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the highlighters. I have, when I mentioned earlier, Mr. Pen's highlighters. I had two sets. I had some, uh, I had bright colors, and then I purchased a neutral color. So here's a couple of them. I like Mr. Pen because I like the short, wide set of it. I mean, everybody was doing tombos, midliners, and I do have midliners. They're not my go-to necessarily, but I like the the small feature of the highlighter, also um, the width of the whatever I'm highlighting. So these are the Mr. Pen highlighter Zoomy, and they come in various colors. I'm just doing a few so you can see. I love these. They don't smear, but they don't smear majority of pens. But I strongly suggest if you're going to highlight something, if you can, always highlight first, then write. Because doing it the other way around, you can ruin your highlighter, and then you have to buy new highlighters if they're not water based. And I just find that to be a nuisance. Like I said, I do have those mild liners as well, but these tend to be my favorites. Now, Curate makes a good zig dot marker, and I definitely enjoy these. I use these daily in my work planner, because I usually set myself up every morning to list out everything I need to take care of that day, or on my daily page in my work planner, so that I know what I have to handle, and as I check it off, I know I'm making progress. So I do like, I have a set of these zig color clean color markers. They're all these are on Amazon. If you need links, I will have them on my Amazon storefront, where I do make a little commission if you use my links. I want to say that because anytime you talk about your storefront, you gotta you gotta say that you can make commission on the link. Um, so we've covered the pens, the fountain pens, and highlighters. Now I'm going to talk about markers. So I have two sets of markers. I have Tombos, and this is, I think this is like me collecting Tombos for a couple of years now. And these are the Tombos. They're dual tip, so you have the brush pen here on this end, and then you have the fine point on this end. So I'm not a brush pen letter. I don't even pretend to be. I'm taking classes after classes, and I'm still learning. But these work absolutely great, because even with my normal handwriting, which is fine, it it gives a really good bold tip, good a bold line rather. And the other end is the fine point. I use this for multiple things, coloring in stuff. If I want, these are water based. If I wanted to color in or highlight something or draw flowers, this is what I'll generally use for that. And the other set is the Pentel Signio pen. And so these are brush pens as well. So these have a little smaller end, and they still get the job done. Again, I'm not a brush letter, um, but they come in multiple colors. So I have those over there. All right, so let's shift to the next category, and it is going to be talking about stickers and my favorite stickers. Now, because I don't do too many playing with me's lately, I still use my stash. I haven't been purchasing anything between the Advent calendar, and Advent Christmas Advent box that I had, which had a lot of spring stuff, which have been working out just fine for me over the past couple of weeks because it was a lot of spring stuff. I have my first order that I ordered, and I mentioned briefly from eStar Case, which is a code in my bio. These sticker books have been great as far as coming through with like trying to find some decorative style. Trying to find a niche, like you want a certain look with your pages. Of course, I had the Black Girl Magic. There's plenty of graphics here. And you can see I literally use this book all the time because it's almost empty. And there's that. I have this purple and pink Goodnight book. It's just like a lot of deep dark colors with clouds. It's beautiful. I love these stickers. And the thing about it, their sticker books are like $5.99, $5.99 to $10.99, and that is a deal for me. So here's a beautiful summer that I'm going to start using in June, and it's very gorgeous. It's beautiful settings and everything. I know there's some people that wouldn't necessarily shop here, but I'm mindful of how I spend my money. So it just looks like I'm spending money all the time, but I'm mindful on what deals I get. So this is a sport one, and it has bikes and stuff. I just like the color scheme. I'm not in I'm not. I don't have any kids this in sports or anything, but it doesn't matter. I do have grandchildren, but they're not like playing sports nowadays. It's about to be school out. They will be in sports. But I thought these were really nice. I'm going to go back and make me another purchase real soon because they came out with some more books. But I just wanted to share these stickers with you. They're really pretty. Um, I have I've used some of these stickers when we went to California in my sticker book to make a setting because it is beachy and it reminds me of the water. Now, hold on. Okay, so I wanted to share some other things they have and that I love to use is the PET tape. This is one or a couple reels that I have rolls that I have left. I have used my PET tape quite often, and there's just some gorgeous different designs that they have, and I find it to be a really affordable price, and I enjoy using their stickers. Um, One of my favorites is the waves that's here with the birds. I love that, and this is all E-Star case. So that is one of my go-to reach stickers that I use quite often. It's so many sticker shops out there. I'll use what I have in my stash, and honestly, I have tons of stickers. Some of my go-to washi is the grid washis that everybody's using. So I just pulled two, a black grid and a more of a like a burgundy brown grid. I use this washi tape because it's pretty neutral and it goes pretty much with everything. Okay, so now that we have all the washi, all the stickers, all the pens, the fountain pens, markers, and highlighters, let's talk about planners. and I won't spend that much time about talking about planners, but I'm going to share. Let me bring you up. Okay. So I have one more. Okay, yeah. So this is with the exception of one missing. These are my go-to planners. And I just watched a video about someone saying they were using one notebook, and honestly, I felt everything that that person was saying in the video. I could see where for 90% of the time I could be in one planner. I say 90% because 5% would be I don't want my work stuff in my planner, my regular planner with my life. And the second part it would be is that I would not want my budget or finances in my regular planner. Those two things I wouldn't want to see when I'm trying to look at life. So let's just start with what we have in front of us now and we'll go through them. Okay, so looking at my time, we're going to do this really fast. I'm not going to do in depth, but I will cover. This is my Hobonichi weeks. I placed some charms on here when I made the charms, and I've done the covers. I've actually did videos planning, and basically my goal with this planner is to keep track of all the health, any medical, mood, anxiety, anything about well-being. I try to track it in here. So every week I usually write down the temperature, the weather, how my mood was, my anxiety, and I use that for the and doctor's appointments. Everything is a doctor's appointment. I keep track of my steps. In the back, I take notes on. I'm not going to show too much of this, but I take notes of what was said at the doctor's office. This book goes with me to everybody's doctor appointment that I'm at, or if it's my doctor appointment, that's where this book attends. This is my budget and finance. Not gonna open this because my business is nobody else's business, but basically I write in the book. I keep track of all the bills, uh, paydays, when something's due, when I pay something, everything's tracked in here. Confirmation, let your imagination run wild, but it's set up very similar to this one, just deals with money. Now, moving on to my other two that you saw, set these down. This is my original planner that I started off at the top of the year, and this is my Just Scribbles A5 planner, volume in 2 years. This is volume one. And this is the planner that I started off with the intention of goal setting and growing. And my word of the year is expansion. So I wanted to expand everything that was around me. I decorated pretty much, let's see, I had my goals listed for the year, and basically I decorated these calendars because I keep with so many other things. They're already decorated. But what I did specifically in this calendar, in this planner, is really try to grow as a person, have growth, be intentional. So every month I create a journal prompt of prompts about let's see, shadow work, self study, reflection. That's how this year started off. There's also a weekly horizontal spread that's and the trackers that allow me to keep up with things. Sometimes here's the things that we just talked about. These stickers that I documented things with pictures if it was a big day, and I just this is me. Each end of the month, I recap how that month was and how it went, and then I go through and set myself up for the next month with writing down 3 goals that's specific to what the annual goal is. I did that throughout. I've been pretty consistent. I'm gonna flip through real quick. Yeah. So the stickers make me want to open it back up every day. This is also the same planner that I did the Encanto. Uh, spread in. And let me see, I think it's back here. Yeah, here it is. This is the newspaper like headliners that I did with my first page on that day. I did that was very elaborate. It took me a good minute to do that, and then I went into the Encanto spreads because I didn't want the Smurfs to contrast with what was on the other page. So those turned out well. Now I'm going into the following week. I did another like headline what I wanted to gather my thoughts, and then some more journal prompts. So that's how I use this book. I really like Just Scribble planners because everything is together. So it's the month, the weeks, and the dailies are all together. It's not like you flip the book and move to the back. So this is the January through June, and you see how full and thick it is. Um, I have it in the cover. I got this cover off the Yellow Brand store, and I love it. And I haven't found anything I want to replace it with. But when March came around, Just Scribbles came out with a complete full edition in one book, 2026, and I had to have it. The blue, I had a video on this inside my ice blue coach. I love the pairing. Because I set that one up so full of everything, I didn't need to go back. Now I did decorate, and here's just me using these pages. I decorate them so when I go back and put a thought, I have already had the pages decorated. It's not relative to the date that's listed there. What I started using this book in March, and this is a memory keeper, and I missed the vertical spread. So that's where I wanted to use my stickers and use I like a vertical spread. It's what I've been doing for so long and I'm so used to it. Um yeah, so this is my memory keeper. Um also did some stuff. I took this to Little Craft Fest and I put something on here it is. I did this imprint, but it's hard. I'm not mad at this page. It's truly what I was testing out different medias and seeing what it would do, and I wanted to have that experience. Um, I have a pencil board made out of the front and back of the Coach notebook. I took the covers off. So basically, yeah, I do a lot of memory keeping in this, and this is the whole year, and so this one is not doing too bad. I try not to beef it up too much because I know that it's going all the way through December. But this is my 2026 vertical. So I go back and forth. One is for journal prompts, the first one, and the second one's for memory keeping. I have my commonplace notebook. This is a Stalogy, A5 Stalogy. It is basically, I don't know how much I can look. This is basically anytime I pick up the phone and make a phone call, or I need to talk about something, I need to put a thought down. This is where it goes. It's not anything I usually share on the internet, and that's why I'm being very cautious about sharing it. But I do like having the freedom of just writing, not worrying about what it looks like. Am I going to show this or anything? But this is that, and it's in the Coach cover as well. So moving along now. This is my work planner. I didn't have it in the stack. This is my 2026 B5 vertical full year. Excuse me, B5. B5. It is big. I appreciate this planner for work. Okay. Because of confidentiality, I can't show you my work stuff. But what I can share is how the week looks. So basically, at the top of the week on Mondays, I usually write in all my meetings that I have at the top of the week, and I'll highlight the areas so I know what's going on each day for the week. I usually white out this and put notes up here if I don't want to make any immediate notes. But basically, I can see my whole schedule at once without moving anything on my computer. I am 100% remote, so I work from home. This allows me to keep it open and keep a thumb on what's happening that day. Now, in the back of the book, they're numbered pages, and usually my day starts off with something like the date, the day of the week, and the date, and then I'll use my dot marker to write what I'm handling or what I'm doing that day, what I need to do, what's priority. And as I work through the day, I'll check off those boxes to let myself I know I'm finished, I completed. Also make any important notes about anything I'm working with that I need to use future reference. So that's how this book works. I am quite pleased with it. Um, we're almost halfway through the year, and it's going. I think I'm gonna be okay, and I'll still be able to finish it up. It is a sterling ink, and there is 370 pages. No, 368, 7 pages. So I think it will be good because I don't work weekends, so that's where that space come in. And I, one more is that is my pocket multi-term. Again, this is something that I don't show normally on here. Is my is the pocket size Just Scribbles planner, and it's a daily planner. Um, it has the months, then you get the weekly overview, and then you have the individual days. I use this for running to-do lists, scratch out what I need to do. It walks around the house with me. I swear I have my other Kaveco and a 28.28 pen. I use that for lists. Let me see. I basically, yeah, I'm not sharing it. I'll use stickers and I'll write around it. And then the back is part of my birthday. Part of my birthday present that came with my Esther book pen my husband bought is these memo books. This is anytime I want to write down something. I have a special project. That's what I'm working on. And I have it in a Moturn. And this cover is so pretty. I love this color. And then I have this charm that someone gave me at Little Craft Fest on it. So those are my planners, and we're right at the like 30-minute mark. The last thing I want to cover is actual tools that you may want to be um, aware of purchasing and getting. Okay, so my favorites are the following. Let me see. I just touched my light. Let's start with the I like a good whiteout correction tape, and I use the Bic. They're good. Um, they're really good. I like them. But I recently picked up a Tombow mono correction. I see the difference. You get what you pay for. So these two, they are both white. You are able to purchase a cream one. I found like I get these off Jet Pens for like the Hobonichi Weeks paper is more yellow, but these two work great in my Just Scribbles. I'm not too concerned about the color difference, but a good correction tape, you can make mistakes or you can white out something if you need to cover up with a date or a sticker. You need to cover up something that those work great. A good pair of scissors. So I have both of these scissors, and my husband calls them my daggers. They are really sharp, but they work great when cutting small things. And I actually got both of these off Temu. I don't have a problem shopping on Temu, and they are work. This is the older pair, and they have been sharp. I've had these for like 4 or 5 years. I got these like 2 or 3 years ago, but they work great. These are two great cutting scissors, small to get into details. You never know when you have to cut something. And a good ruler. Now, this one I recently got with my X-Acto knife. When you're cutting using your X-Acto knife and you're cutting, you need a straight edge. This one's paper thin and it's a good ruler. Now, these two I have are Coffee Monster Co rulers, and they're great. They have some stencils that you can use to draw boxes and triangles. I love these rulers. And this is one I picked up at a stationery store in Virginia. It's heavier and it's more compact and it fits in small places. So that's something to consider when picking up a ruler. I have a Canon Ivy. This is my go-to when I want to print out pictures This is my little buddy. I've had it for 3 or 4 years now. It takes the zinc paper and they print out great pictures. So when you see my pictures in my books, this is what I use. It's this Canon Ivy. And last two things, it is about to storm where I'm at. And so I'm about to end this video. These are a very recent purchase. But these are stencils, and now I'm going to place another order because I want numbers. But these stencils are do not microwave crafts over there on Etsy, and they are awesome. I love that's how I wrote the newspaper headings in my journals. I use both of these. These are some of my favorite items. That is it for me for the most part. If I didn't show something, you wanted to see something, let me know. Put it in the comments if you have any questions or you need help finding anything that I showed in this video. I'll do my best. But I appreciate you hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider liking the video if you really found this information to be helpful. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel, and that's why we're doing something different. But I appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.